Can you accept a blessing? Can you accept when God begins to bless you? We know in the Bible there are two seasons. There's a harvest time and there is a seed time. And many of us have been caught in seed time, and we haven't quite figured out yet how to shift from seed time to harvest time. What is seed time? Seed time is when we're planting our seeds and we are preparing for those blessings, when we are getting things for the crop in which we are expecting to come. That means we're giving our tithes, we're giving our offerings. It means that we are doing the things that our Father asks us to do. It means helping out in that soup kitchen. It means that we are helping at the church barbecue. It means we're cleaning, we're doing for our neighbor, we're loving, we're sharing, we're doing all the things that God has commanded us to do. But we're not expecting anything in return for that. But that is seed time. When we're planting those seeds, we're doing what we need to do to prepare for the harvest. What is harvest time? Harvest time is when our crops are ready, when our deeds are being rewarded. You know, in the Bible, it tells us that we are not to grow weary in doing good, that in due season we're going to reap if we faint not. It also tells us that God is going to pay us. We don't have to worry about man paying us. We don't have to worry about being rewarded for the things that we did. We don't have to worry about man paying us. We don't have to worry about, are we being treated fairly? God is going to repay us for our deeds. He's going to give us just what we deserve for the work that we have done. And I noticed that a lot of times, many of us are not used to harvest time. I was not used to harvest time myself. I was so used to seed time and that tough time in which you're planning and which you're praying, you're hoping, and you're wanting something to happen, but it's not happening. You're waiting. And so I had to learn that for harvest time to come, we have to make preparation for harvest time. We have to prepare during seed time. We have to prepare during the time in which we're waiting for our harvest to come. We are told that we need to expect the harvest, expect good things to come, because God told us in his word that if we have the faith of a grain of a mustard seed, that we could speak to the mountain and tell the mountains to be thy removed and be thy cast into the sea, and that we have whatsoever it was that we said. We have to have faith that we are going to get just what God promised us that we were going to get. Miracles were performed in the Bible because the people that received the miracles believed that they were going to get a miracle. The woman with the issue of blood for 12 long years, 12 years, she believed in her heart, in her spirit, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, if I could just touch him, that I would be made whole. And when she touched Jesus, she was made whole. It was because of her faith. We know that Peter was able to step out onto the water and begin to walk because he had the faith that he could. He said, Master, if it's you, command me to come to you. And so when Jesus tells him to come, he steps out on the water, he's walking. It's only as he begins to look at the water, it's only as he begins to feel the winds that are blowing that he begins to sink. Lesson for us. Stop looking at the circumstances and have faith in God. Let's keep our eyes on Jesus. Keep our eyes face forward, and we'll begin to see the harvest. God did not tell us to be poor. I think for many of us as Christians, we feel like we're supposed to be poor or we're not supposed to have. It's more humble to be broke. It's humble to be sad and your finances are low. God did not tell us that. God is a wealthy God, but there's nothing wrong with being prosperous. There's nothing wrong with having what you need in order to be comfortable, in order to survive. God has the cattle on 1,000 hills. Why are we worried about our finances? When we obey the law that God gave us and we give our tithes and we give our offerings and we're doing all the things that he asked of us to do, then we have the assurance that we are going to be prosperous. We're going to reap that harvest if we faint not. But we have to make sure we are in the right mindset to do it. We have to set aside those generational curses. We have to set aside that thinking that is not rooted in faith, that's not rooted in the word of God. And we have to trust that we're going to get just what he promises we're going to get. This has been LaWanda Shields of Too Cute Life Lessons, and I'll see you guys in the next video.